Directorate for Entrepreneurship and General Studies, National Open University of Nigeria, Certificate in Entrepreneurship Education, Module 2, titles Creativity and Innovation, Part 2. I am your facilitator, Dr. Helen Iyan. I believe you enjoy Part 1 by my colleague, Dr. Mariam. So I want to assure you that you will enjoy Part 2 as well. Stay put and listen. Our learning outcomes are as follows. By the end of this module, you'll be able to turn an idea into an innovation, state how to manage challenges in creativity and innovation, highlight the significance of creativity and innovation as a determinant of business success, apply the knowledge of problem solving in analyzing specific creative and innovative challenge. How to turn an idea into innovation. As an entrepreneur, how do you turn an idea into innovation? So the first thing you need to do in order to turn an idea into innovation is to ask questions. Perhaps to ask customers questions. That is the first thing you need to do. You want to explore if there is a real demand for your idea. You ask customers questions. Too often, some people put time and effort into an idea that nobody really cares about it. That is, you make time to do something that people do not derive pleasure in patronizing you. So if you are wondering if you stumble upon something valuable, so ask customers, your potential customers or already existing customers, ask them questions about your business. So in the end, they are the one that will determine your success, will now determine whether you'll be able to succeed in business or not. So if you have already have customers, check if they are willing to pay for your new products or services. If they do see value in your idea, try to figure out why they like your products or services. Don't always build your answers on assumption. Always double check. Sometimes customers like your idea for a different reason than you might have expected. They might even help you to develop a better proposition. Never talked about money. Instead, talked about value. What value have you been able to add in your business? So what do your customer gain from your idea? Those are the things you should ask. What problem does your idea solve? What value does it create for them? Let your customers do the talking when you ask these questions. Don't try to sell them anything at that point. Just investigate if there is a need for your idea. If you don't have customer, try a different approach. You could, for example, set up a Google ad campaign or use crowdfunding to check if there is demand for your products or services. Then the next thing you need to do, we're talking about how to turn idea into an innovation. The next thing you need to do is to build a prototype. An idea is nothing. Before you do something else, make your ideas tangible. Ideas should be made concrete right away. The reason why ideas, most cases, never see the light of the day is because they are kept in mind of the creator. That is the person that knows the idea, kept in mind. They don't bring it out. You don't need to be shy. Give your idea a name and a face. Make a drawing. Create a storyboard. Use role play. Write a script. Create a video and so on, just to portray your ideas. You can also use clay, use tape, pens, paper, logo bricks, whatever you can lay your hands on. Even the most abstract concepts can be made concrete through those methods. Don't fall in love with vagueness. But if you want to be an innovator, learn to make things visual. Let people see what you are doing. Even when they want to criticize you, make sure that you bring out your service or product to the public. Let people see it. Great ideas are like legend stories. They can be explained in only one, or synopsis, which can be explained in only one or two sentences, and sometimes even in one key visual. The next thing you need to do is to share your ideas. Since you now have developed a prototype, it's time to put your idea to test. Share it with the world. Yes, people will laugh at you, and they probably will make fun of you, of your product. This will only make you ugly. That's just like an ugly baby. Make you look so ugly, so different, and so on. But no idea is born perfect. That's one thing you should have at the back of your mind. No idea is unique. No idea is without criticism. No idea is without people looking down on. But don't hide it simply because it is too fragile. Put it out there and get the feedback from the people around you. How can you make it stronger? Because by then they say it's weak, it's not good, but how will you make it better? What is good about this idea? Because even when everybody criticizes, one person will say, no, it's not so bad. This is one thing I liked about this. What can you add to it? By the time you gathered all this, share it to people, they will give you different opinions. What can you also remove from the opinions given? How are people responding to these products or services? What do they like or hate about it? How are they interacting with it? You get feedback, go back to your drawing board and put things right. The next thing you should do in order to turn idea into innovation is prototyping is also a great method to use. But what you need to do is to develop minimum value products. That is MVP. It also allows you to collect feedback and can lead you to great ambassadors. Usually, you need to take your idea one step further, that's one step at a time, to earn money with it. Working towards a minimum valuable product is a great way to develop something valuable with minimal resources. You don't need to just jump pack everything, just one step at a stage, bit by bit. Before you know it, you are there. So what's the what minimum your customers are willing to pay? What is the least amount they are able to pay? What's the simplest version of your idea that can change people for, or you can charge people for? Those are the things you should you don't just Rome was not built in a day. You cannot just say you just start today, you want to get to the top, you want to be so rich. No. Then the next thing that you need to do is to use business model canvas, which is very, very important. The business model canvas has become great or quite trendy and not without reasons. It is a great tool to make your entire business clear in a single slide. The canvas helps to bring clarity to the abstract part that is the business side of an idea. The method exists in Business Canvas has 9 building blocks that you can use to get better understanding of the potentials of your idea. The first thing you need to do, I will give you a few, is to define your customer segment. Map out whom you want to serve, and what their needs are. Who are they and what is missing in their lives? Go back to your idea. What is the value proposition? What value have you added? What value have you added? Or what added values does it deliver? What is the unique selling point? What makes your idea so different? All these 9 steps are explained on a business model canvas, which you are also going to learn about it in Module 4. The first two steps that I have just told you about are crucial for your ideation and proposition and have their own canvases. Try to generate as many business model canvases as possible. Try to find several ways in which your idea can earn you money. The last but not the least is you have to develop a product roadmap. Always think hard and consider what the next version of your idea might look like. What are your ambitions and your visions? What is the potential of your idea? If you want to sell your idea to your customers, or your chief executive officer, or your team, make sure that you can paint a vivid picture of where you are going. Think in visions and in results. Always measure your action. Name every vision. Give it a deadline. Describe its new features. Define what you want to achieve, and define how you are going to measure its success. You have to work agile. Be very strong and smart, and keep your eyes on or at the horizon. Know who you are going, know where you are going, know what you intend to do, know what your goals are, what you intend to achieve. Then, having seen this, let's quickly look at the steps involved in problem solving. That's a framework for creative problem solving. This involves approaching a problem in an imaginative, innovative, and unconventional way. It encourages you to find new, creative ways of thinking that can help you overcome issues at hand more quickly. So these are the steps involved, which we are going to look at them one after the other. The first step here is you must have to identify the goals. Before solving the problem, you need to fully understand problem you are trying to solve. You may have overlooked or misunderstood some details. Take some time to analyze the conflict and clear up any confusion. The next thing you need to do is to gather data. Now, once you know what the problem is, you need to learn all you can about that problem. Who does the problem? Who, the caliber of people, the categories of the segment of people that the problems affect. Who is involved in solving these problems? Gather all the knowledge you can to gain a better understanding of the issue, and then you'll be able to solve this problem. The next thing is to formulate challenges in form of questions. Having gathered the details, turn the problem into a question. One of the questions in a way that you have to now put the question in such a way that encourages suggestions or ideas. Make it interesting so that people will give you suggestions or ideas. It should be short, it should be concise, and only focus on single issues, one item at a time. Once you have created one or two questions, start trying to answer them. The next thing you need to do, another step 4, explore the idea. This step is where brainstorming begins. You'll be creating possible ideas or solutions to the problem you are facing. This is usually when creativity really starts to flow. With so many ideas flowing, it is also very important that you write each of them down, even the most stupid ones. Even if the idea you come up with has little to no chance of working, put it in writing. Try to sort out bad ideas from good ones. During this step, we can squeeze creativity. To keep your ideas organized, you can use flowcharts, mind mapping templates. Then all these things will help you to capture all your ideas and help you zero on the perfect solution. You now come up with a perfect solution. So you come up with solution. Weed out the average ideas from the winners by testing each one. See if the possible solution actually solves the problem and if you can implement it successfully. If the potential solution don't resolve the issue, then you now move on to the next idea. By evaluating each idea will help you zero in a perfect solution. The 6th one, create an action plan. Now that you have a perfect solution, you now need to create an action plan outlining implementation steps. Consider what resources you will need and how long it will take. Then write all down. Once you create a plan, communicate the approach to the rest of the team so that they can also be aware of what is happening or what you are doing. The last but not the least step you take is just to take action. With your plan created and your teams on board, it is now time to implement your solution and now solve the problem. Then, having done this, seeing the steps involved, let's quickly talk about the significance of creativity and innovation as a determinant of business success. Here we have the entrepreneurship development, the modern entrepreneurship theories, creativity and innovation. Now, under creativity and innovation, you need, what are the necessary factors? What are the factors affecting production? Then you now look at them in this way, the resources. What resources do you need? What is your idea or services technologically inclined? What type of technology will you bring in? And then what are the strategies you will use in solving these problems in creative and innovation ways? Then you also must consider the culture. Where you are going to site your business, what is the cultural background of those areas? What are those things that are common in that area? The norms and beliefs of that area. Then now looking at the government, what are the policies of the government that will affect your business? You must put all these things into consideration. And then finally, the management. How do you intend to manage your business? Who are your managerial teams? Are you going to bring in an expert to run the business for you? Or are you going to be the one to run the business alone? Is your business going to be a sole proprietorship or a partnership or public liability company? All these things are all significant, very important, important aspects, important things to determine the success of your business. Then resources, necessary factors now give room to the outcome, to the products, to the services rendered. Now, as a result of this, you come up with new invention, new thing, a unique thing, something special. And then having done this, you will also be able to, using all these resources or factors, you'll be able to solve that problem. Then you also, in the course of it, when you also manage all this, embrace all these factors, you'll be able to reduce the risks involved in your business. Then using all this, you'll be able to have competitive advantage over your competitors. By the time you are technologically inclined, or by the time you also study the government policy, what is expected and what is not to be done, gets to the guidelines and the rules of the environment, you be able to have a competitive advantage. And not only that, by the time you increase your production capacity, you will empower so many people. You will create jobs for so many people. Because your business, by the time it expands, your business is not meant to be stagnant. It is meant for expansion. Yes, you may start very little, but as time goes on in long run, you will expand. In the course of it, now you create employment opportunities to so many. Not only that, having created this employment opportunity, from time to time, you will be able to build capacity, throw in service, throw training on job, and so on. You'll be able to do this. So these are the significance, and then now at the end of it, you'll be able to give birth to so many entrepreneurs. Because by the time you build capacity, you train them, you employ, one day they will also come out to be on their own as an entrepreneur. Let's quickly look at the next. That is pointers for fostering creative atmosphere that your top innovators will appreciate. Here, you have encouraged experimentation. You give your top innovative a freedom to experiment with new ideas and approach, even if they don't initially seem like it will work. Encourage them to take risks and learn from failures. Yes, so that is a saying that says a downfall of a man is not the end of his life. Yes, there is bound to fail in business, but that does not mean that you cannot succeed. If you maybe failing once, failing two, does not mean that you don't know what you are doing. If you fail today, tomorrow, just make up your mind, you make it. So that they can continue to develop and refine their ideas. Because when you fail today, go back and look at, why did I fail? Why didn't I succeed? Why didn't I do this in this way? Then you'll be able to discover them, and from there you'll now be able to amend those things and bridge the gap. Provide resources. Provide your top innovators with the resources they need to pursue their ideas. Whether it may be fundings, time, or access to tools and technology, make sure that it is available for them. This will show them that you value their contribution and are committed to helping them succeed. You are committed to helping them succeed. Foster collaboration. Encourage collaboration and teamwork among your top innovators, so that they can share their ideas and learn from each other. Create spaces and opportunities for them to come together and work on projects so they can rub their minds together. There is a saying that says, iron sharpened iron. So by the time they rub their minds together, they will gain more competency. They will gain more ideas that they will be able to push the organization ahead. That will also help them to be able to innovate things that are unique and special. Embrace diversity and encourage a range of perspectives and ideas. Create an environment where everyone feels valued and heard. Don't pay a deaf ear to your innovators, top innovators. Give them a listening ears, regardless of their background or experience. Always listen to them, hear them, even when they are saying something that is irrelevant. You don't push them aside like that. Don't celebrate success. Very, very important. Celebrate the success of their top innovators, whether it is through recognition, awards, or public acknowledgement. This will help motivate them to continue to push boundaries and pursue new ideas. But if you don't recognize what they are doing, if you don't celebrate them when they do something good, sorry for you. They will relax. They will feel that you don't care about what they are doing. So you need to celebrate them, so that by the time, that's a way of motivating them. They will work harder as ever before. Support work-life balance for your top innovators, so that they have the time and space to recharge and come up with new ideas. This could include flexible schedules, wellness programs, and time off. From time to time, let them go and leave, at least to refresh back and come back to continue the work. Then the next thing we won't have to consider is how to improve problem-solving skill. How do you improve this problem-solving skill? Keep track on your idea. Don't miss focus. Always make sure that you focus on the ideas. Have the right mindset. Yes, I will make it. This thing will work for me. Then ask for feedback. Your customers, your intended customers, ask them to give you feedback about your products or services. Get good at decision, and even if you are admittedly lukewarm on your choice, whatever decision that you have made, be good about it, be positive about it, and then go ahead. Even if maybe at points in time their decision may not augur well, but then you will now, by the next time, you'll be able to know why it did not work. Consider a different perspective in life. Look at life in different angles. Have mentors and role models. No man is an island of knowledge. You must be under mentorship of others. Learn from those that knows better than you do. Have a role model. Get information, get ideas from them, and then forge ahead. From time to time, you must have some fun. You must have some fun. But as they say, jack of all trades, or will be a master of none. And not only that, so when you play, or walk, you need to relax. You need to relax. Why are you doing this? So that your brain will be refreshed. It's not every time work. Get some time to relax and have some fun. Not all about business. Have faults, but know when to break habits. Yes, you may have faults. No man knows everything. No man is perfect, but make sure that you know when to break this habit, this fault. Use create diagrams. You can use diagram in showcasing your skill, your idea, how to solve your problems. Explore visionary. Be vision about what you are doing. Have that vision. I will do this in so and so in time to come, and so on. Ask when you are asking questions from your customers or your intended customers. Ask solution-oriented questions. Questions that by the time they give you feedback, you will be able to find solutions in their answers. Or if you prefer a more scientific terms, allow things to be incubated. You perform practical and then allows the practical to mature and then come out, you'll be able to come out with a result. Frame a problem as a question. Every problem you have in mind, frame it, put it into questions. And then in the course of it, find answers to the questions given in those problems. Make reflection a habit. Go back from where you started. From time to time, go back to from where you started. Go back to the drawing boards. What makes this thing this way? What did I have before? And what makes it, why didn't I succeed this so time? And then before you know it, you are still working for expansion to be able to create just a single problem. Ask for help where you find it very difficult. Ask for your help through your colleagues, through your mentor, and through your role models. Ask questions. Then take some calculated risks. This is an area that so many people are always running away from. The risk takers are the adventurers. The risk seeker are those people that always derive pleasure in taking risks. The more risks you take in business, the more success you become. But if you are the type that is running away from risks, you have yourself to blame. You have problem at the long run, because risk, in as much as we are sure, risk is always there in business. You must take risks in business. Without this, then set and measure your goals. Set a target and make sure that you achieve your targets. You don't just set a goal and then go back home to sleep. You must make sure that it is achievable. Then how to determine determinants of business success? So these are determinants of business, what you use to succeed in your business. As a startup, awareness. We have startup awareness and management skills. Under startup here, opportunity awareness. What are the opportunities that are open up for you in your ideas? What are the opportunities? And make sure that you make maximum use of that opportunity to make exploit. What are the different models you intend to use that will determine your success? Then now you look at your business model. We'll talk about the business model in model 4. Different business models, but we have mentioned some of it. We have mentioned business canvas and so on. Then what are the strategies? What strategies will you use to succeed in your business? And also, you need to be flexible. You can't be rigid in all time in your decision. When you see that things are not moving the way you want it, you should have a rethink and go the other way. Business plan. You must develop a very good business plan. A business plan that everything will be captured at a glance, so that this will help you to attract investors in your business or attract grants or loans. Then your location to your business is very, very important. When you start up a business, want to start up a business, let it be a place that people will patronize you. Let's take, for example, you want to go into knitting of sweaters. That's things that people wear during cold weather. Then you now go to an area that is very hot. How many people do you think will patronize you there? Location matters so much in business. So look at the location, study the environment, and then come to terms to know the kind of business you should start in such an area. So how much do you have as your seed capital? How much do you have to start up your business? That's also determine the type of business you want to embark on. And also the amounts of money you have will also determine the success of your business. Then what are the sources of your capital? Where do you think you obtain your capital from? Is it through personal savings, through friends and relations, through financial institutions, through local lenders, and so on? But one thing is sure is that when you are going to source for capital, don't go to places that they will charge you exorbitant interest rates, because this one you will not be able to make elsewhere. You will end up paying for the interest, and then at the end of it, you will run out of business. Decision-making ability. What are your decision-making ability? Can you make decisions and that decision stands alone and make your decision and it works for you? You must cultivate that spirit of taking decision and it works for you. Don't just rush into making decision. Take time to make decision. Weigh the pros and cons before you take any decision. Then management skill is another determinant of business success. Here, the general management skill. You must, even though you are not very good in all, but you must have a general knowledge on management, without which you cannot succeed in business. Strategic management skills. You also have to be aware of it. And then what are the strategic? And then for this, there are certain cases that you will also need help, but make sure that you are not knowledgeable in management, in what you are doing. Organizational skills. Do you have that organizational ability? How do you relate with people? How do you organize your organization? Or how will you be able to organize your business? All those things must be put into consideration. Your technical skill. How technical are you in the use of some of the machineries or equipment? So even if some of this knowledge can be acquired, you can learn even though you don't know all. So that by the time you bring in an expert, at least you have a little knowledge of what is going on, so that you'll not be cheated. You must be aware of this. Financial management skill. That is where so many people fail. People say that when there is so much inflows of cash, and that is how they should also spend it. It should not be done like that. Because when you have so much inflow of cash, maybe as a result of profits or whatever, maybe selling of one asset or the other, either you reinvest, you plow back that cash as maybe profit or interest into the business. You don't spend all at a time. It is not the amount, how much. It shouldn't be a proportional something. The way the money comes in, the way the money goes out. No, because if you do that, you may end up using your capital. You must be skillful in managing your finance. Leadership skill. Are you a good leader? Do you have that skill in leadership? Can you speak to people and then say something and then stand on it? Are you humble as a leader? Do you have compassion for others? Do you listen? These are the ways that you can use to have a breakthrough in management or in business success. Communication skill. Are you a good communicator? Do you relate with your workers, your teams members, your collaborators? Do you relate with them? Your stakeholders? Do you relate with them? Do you call for meeting from time to time? Those are the things you should embrace in making your business success. Inventory management skill, which is very, very important. How many times have you taken stock of your assets as well as your liability? From time to time, you sit down, take stock of your assets as well as liability, monetize them, add values to them, and know the worth of your company. If you don't do this, you may not be able to know the worth of your company. Before you know it, the company may collapse when you think your company is very strong and healthy. So take inventory from time to time. As you must have a skill and a inventory management skill. Marketing skill. That's another way to succeed in business. You must also have an element of that marketing skill. Yes, you may not be very good in management. You bring in people, employ people that are very good in marketing, so that by the time you produce, you'll be able to sell it out. Contingency management skill, miscellaneous, and all these, the skills that you manage. There are certain things, maybe after budgets, that things you didn't expect. How do you manage those things? Do you go out to borrow to come and offset that financial obligation? Or did you keep something against that? All those things will help you to succeed in business. Control and system skill. Have you been able? Do you have that controlling ability? Will you be able to bring your workers together, your team members together, as many. Do you have that skill in doing that? Will you be able to control the organization? Will you be able to bring everything together, the resources, the materials, everything together in order to work amicably? Growth-oriented skill. That is why it comes from, you must have a focus, a vision, a goal, a vision statement, a mission statement. You must think of how to expand your business. You must have that skill. What are those things you put in on ground for expansion? If you are not skillful in those areas, they are bound to remain stagnant. The next thing we need to consider is challenges in creativity and innovation and how to overcome them. We have the impractical expectation. The impractical expectation as one of the challenges for innovation. So, extracting insight about what could go wrong and making room for possible errors with a build, measure, learn attitude can help deliver the best business value possible. After all, great innovations takes patience. That's one thing. Takes patience and time to implement. You cannot just start business now. You think that everything will come up like that. No, there are a lot of challenges. And there are certain things when you start a business that you didn't expect. That is what we call risks in business. There are so many risks that you'll be able to come across, and then how will you be able to take this? How be able to solve this problem? Then, having this expectation now, you must develop a mental grit to go on by setting an appropriate goal and expectation while embracing a test small, fail quick, and learn quickly. You test small, you fail, and then quickly from that mistake you make, you learn quickly. You must have that mindset. Then you will be able to discuss innovation process with defined goals and expect set outcome to set the right expectation. The next thing you need to do on how to manage these challenges is empowered innovation teams. Many managers fear that innovation will distract employees from their roles. No. So as a result, so many of them do not feel empowered to take risks or try new ideas. No. You must do that. Internal innovation requires support of leadership and managers to take holds across the organization. So you need to encourage your employees to spend time innovating. You can do this through motivational activities such as incentive programs and other programs, motivations. Give them incentive programs, you give them rewards, and so on to be able to come out of these challenges. The next one is lack of innovation strategies. Like every other organizational initiative, developing a concise innovation strategy is very, very important. An innovation strategy detects the direction of innovation and its operational implementation. Without one strategy, innovation efforts risks are misaligned. So develop an innovation plan and be transparent about it with your employees. Ask for their insights to show how serious you are in keeping your employees on board, including how their participation is also greatly appreciated. You don't look down on your employee. You must bring them, ask them questions, let them help you. Those with good experience, they should help you to run the business together. Another thing is challenges is weak innovation culture. There are lots of weak this now, but how do you overcome it? Here, assess where you are in terms of innovation. Recognizing where you stand innovatively offer you a proper indication of what rules, laws, activities, and procedures you need to put in place to foster an innovative culture. Make a plan for where you wish to go from an innovative standpoint. Set goals and objectives that you are going to take. Put them into account to have a strong innovative culture. Allow all these factors to influence your company day-to-day operation. Then you need to, under this weak culture, you have to discover what's to be done by learning from their current innovation culture. Ask your employees for their insights. And if sometimes it isn't working as if it should, then you can need to figure out some alternative. You need to look for alternative and make adequate or appropriate changes. Another one is lack of managerial support. That is another challenges. Align your business goals with your innovation strategies. It is not only adds business value to your innovative outputs, but it's also secured backing from management as if also meets these objectives. You must expect the management must back one's innovative ideas. Be very clear on your innovation plans and execution methods. Clearly define every part of innovation processes, especially your expected results and your outcome. This will now communicate confidence and indicate superior knowledge on the matter at hand. Here, while innovation ideas should not always be prioritized according to their earning potential, it is an essential factor for executives to consider upon deciding to support an innovation endeavor. So make sure that your concept has a strong economic impact, that it will be of benefit to the user and as well as to the company. It will add value to the society or the users, and also it will also bring the economics revenue, generate revenue to the organization. Resistance to change. Here, misunderstanding regarding change you wish to implement may contribute to that impression. You have to educate your employees how this innovation can help you as an organization and how it can help them perform their tasks better. Don't just, because it's always very difficult to embrace changes, but then you must let them understand. Then emphasize the benefit that you can all get in implementing your innovation initiatives. You have to change their fears of unknown into the feeling of excitement in implementing it. Also, I like the fact that you will be there with them every step of the way. That means you must also join them. You won't just tell them do this and then go back and sleep. No, you have to take part in whatever that they are doing. Then walk them through all the phases of their innovation plans so that they know what to do to help you out. Ask for their opinions if possible, so that they can see that This changes is an inclusive journey. Lack of internal and external collaborations is another challenge. So collaboration is the key to innovation. While many organizations understand the importance of collaboration, some of them understand it internally. Some collaboration externally can also be very, very important. Innovation ecosystem brings together industry partners, customers, and even competitors to drive innovation in the industry forward. Difficulties in transition from one phase to the next, handing over. Developing coherent innovation plan is critical for execution of a project. And innovation strategy directs the course of innovation as well as its practical execution. So without one's effort to innovate, risks becoming misaligned. So risks should be assessed ahead of time. Also, determine what may possibly go wrong at each stage of the process and devise a countermeasure to assure it is continues, the business continues. Adopt a test and learn strategies. Treat each step as a learning opportunity so that you don't see any difficulties in shifting as a sign of failure. The last but not the least here is embrace constraints. Constraints bring great success for those engaged in innovation work. That is, you take risks. The problems, just take it positively. Constraints are counterintuitive to some, but constraints can create clarity. Clarity of purpose enables people, teams, and organizations to design the right constraints that create conditions for innovation to emerge and be applied. Constraints can equally be inspiring. You can get inspiration from problems, difficulties you encounter. Let's quickly look at the next topic here. How do you manage these challenges in business? You have to be resilient. Develop resilience to bounce back from setback and see failure as a stepping stone to success. You have to maintain a positive outlook and focus on solution, emphasizing problems over dwelling on challenges. Look at emphasize on problems, not over dwelling on challenges. No. Stay open to change and be flexible in your approach when facing obstacles or problems. Practice mindful and stress management techniques to maintain mental and emotional resilience during challenging times, during difficult times. Divide larger obstacles into manageable tasks for easy problem solving. You split them. Task 1, task A, task B, and all this and that, and then you'll be able to solve them one after the other. Also, feedback. You must get feedback, iterate your ideas, and continually enhance your creative solution. Feedback is very, very important in business. So, having done that, we have come to the end of this class. Thank you for listening. Bye.